want this webinar to kind of go without it being said that because we're seeking alternative streams of income and we are preparing ourselves financially to be attractive to funders, to be able to be supportive of the social impact and development that we are having in the community, that is somehow antithetical to faith. And so we need to get in our minds that is stewardship, and that we consult our spirituality while we do that, but that there are some things that we can do to be able to attract additional streams of income to our houses of worship that go beyond the traditional tithes and offerings. And I think that a lot of congregations of faith are suffering because they are relying solely on tithes and offering. And that even if you are okay with tithes and offerings, that there are still funders that want to invest in the social impact being made by the congregation. And so I just want to be able to make it plain that even though we're talking about asset-based social impact and development that introduces alternative streams of income, additional streams of income, that's not anti-faith. Our faith is what drives us to look and to seek for these alternative means so that we can have greater social impact in the communities in which we serve.
Yes, and I think it's actually an imperative. Scripture tells us that we should not bury our treasure. You know, one of my favorite parables is about the three different people who decided to invest very differently. You know, one person buried it and buried his talent, and that was the one who was looked upon least favorably. So, you know, again, I think this is actually a godly mandate that we are, number one, strong stewards. But also we have that multiplier effect. If we really want to think about God's kingdom on earth, is to make sure that all are cared for and that, you know, our communities are as strong as possible. And we have example after example after example of the most successful communities, from, you know, animals to humans to biblical times to current times, being when we are coming together and we partner and when we're all using our gifts and talents the way that God intended for us to use them. So I don't see it at all as anything that is a separation of who we are, of our whole being. It is, you know, who I am when I'm worshiping. It should be the same model as who I am when I say hello to the person on the street who may be unhoused. All of that goes together because all of it is about building community.
Absolutely. Joyce, you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, again, you know, it's a question of how you use your values to guide what it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
There are times when I'll say that, for example, give me the money because I will do something good with it. And that is the point of this. Again, that multiplier effect, but also we become a channel or a conduit for the funds to meet the needs of the community, and not for the funds to be siphoned out of the communities. That's part of what happens with our communities. We are underserved, under-resourced, and we are undervalued. And part of that is because we do not capture the wealth within our own communities. We allow that wealth to be siphoned out of our communities. So if we're able to bring funds in through the vehicle of what I would refer to as a trusted broker, the church or another faith community, and then through transparency and through the mission and the work and the proper application, we do good for the community, then we have done two things. In addition to having the dollars circulate in the communities that have contributed so much to this country and so much to this society, as well as carrying out our mission at that point.